Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I am going to play some more with my Lindy's Gang Magicals, and these powders are just so fun to work with. They are super pigmented. The color payload that you get from these is absolutely amazing. It's actually a dye-based pigment powder that activates in water. So the powder, I just sprinkled it onto my glassboard mat here and gave it a very generous spritz of water. And look how rich and saturated the color is. I feel like I was really generous with the water, and usually when you are as generous with the water as I feel like I was, you get a much lighter, softer watercolor effect, but this is just very pigmented and really, really lovely. And because it's a dye-based pigment, it will actually soak into your papers and not just sit on top. So I'm really trying to kind of soak in as much of this as possible. I'm actually using, this is actually 100% cotton card that I normally better press with, because my thinking was that I might actually better press over top this. And to be honest, with this second panel here, I'm really just trying to use up everything. I don't want any of this gorgeous color to go to waste. That's why I'm scraping it along the edges. I started doing it just to use it up, but then I like the effect of that sort of distressed edge look, as if I kind of inked the edges. So that worked out pretty nicely. I let that dry, and the cotton card dried beautifully, nice and flat, didn't curl at all. Really lovely. It did dry back a little bit, but it's still very, very saturated, really beautiful. And I kind of switched it up a little. I thought that I might better press over this panel, but last minute I decided to glimmer and foil instead. And you can do that with your better press plates. You can foil them and put them through your glimmer machine, and it just helps you to get the most out of your better press plates, because they can do double duty. You can either run them through your better press or foil with them with your glimmer. So really great that Spellbinders designed these so that they're kind of compatible in that way. Now the reverse is not recommended. Spellbinders does not recommend you actually put your glimmer plates through the better press. You can put your better press and foil with it, but not vice versa. So I have gold foiled the word celebrate. This is from Yana's latest collection called Let's Celebrate. The particular registration press plate set is called Celebrate Flowers. And you'll see why in a moment, because with the registration better press system, you get multiple different plates, and in this case there are two. And you can use them separately, or for a really cool effect, combine them. And each registration plate system has a registration guide that helps you to line up these two plates. Now you're meant to actually use this through your better press, so you would put your guide on your magnetic chase and line up your plates that way. But the registration guide that comes in the set is printed onto clear acetate, which allowed me to line the press plate up against the guide, and then holding those tightly together, I was able to line it up against my foiled sentiments, which is celebrate in this case. And so having that clear acetate guide is really, really nice. The first one that I got, it actually was just because I got it early, it was just printed on paper, and then I printed out some extras. But the acetate version, really, really nice, because you can do this with it, and as well, it's going to hold up over time too, so you don't have to worry about having to print out new ones. So I'm going to glimmer a second color with, in this case, it's going to be black, and that's going to give me all these dainty little flowers just strewn around the letters of the word celebrate. I want to mention that my video today is part of a casual collaboration hop that I organize and it's an opportunity for my fellow spellbinders, influencers, and I to get together and share a lot of inspiration for you. So if you're looking for ideas for how to use some of the new releases that just came out this month, hop along and check out what everybody has decided to showcase in their video. That's one of the reasons why I like to hop, is just to see what everybody is crafting with. And you'll find that Spellbinders does release a lot of new collections each month, so hopefully you'll get a lot of different ideas by hopping along. To find all of the videos on the hop, just expand the description box below. There'll be a link to a playlist, and you can actually bookmark this playlist if you want, because what I think I'm going to do is every month when I have this new release inspiration hop, I'm just going to continue to add to this same playlist. That way you have just the one playlist that you can always return to every month, and you can see what all is new and what we've all been up to. Okay, so I've got my glimmered panel all done now, and I was actually thinking I would just glue this to a card base and then I would be done. But as I was looking at it more closely, I realized I didn't center this very well. Not a problem though. So all I've done is just die cut through this, and trust me, it took a while for me to kind of work up to the point where I could die cut through this, because for me, when I've created a panel as beautiful as I feel this is, I find it very hard to cut into, but I knew it would really bother me a lot more that it was off center. And you can tell it's off center just looking at that die cut. It's not a little off. It was a lot off. So I've cut out the word celebrate, and using some nested shape dies, I picked a shape that was 2 sizes up, and I've cut out another layer out of just plain black cardstock. Black is going to be a really nice contrast here, and it's going to pick up the black foiling that I added for the flowers, so it's going to work really well. Plus it's going to frame my panel here and really make it a centerpiece. But it's larger than the original panel that I die cut out of, so I'm going to be able to then center this onto my card, and unless the person receiving this card watches this video, they would have never known that I didn't center this correctly the first go round. So plus it gives me that kind of seamless look to the whole design, because it's just that very same panel that's kind of put right back over more or less where it came from originally. Now, I had a little bit of stickiness from the tape that I used to tape down my die. So if you ever feel a little bit of that stickiness, you can use a gum eraser to just rub that off. Don't leave that on there, because that stickiness, it's even though you can't see it, over time, it actually might attract dust. And so, especially if you don't sleeve your cards to sell, for example, you definitely want to make sure you rub that off, and it just gives your card a little bit of a nicer finish. Plus, it won't feel tacky when the recipient gets it. To finish off the card, I did add some of my drops that I make with leftover wax from a wax seal session. So I've got those in black. And look at that foiling. It foiled beautifully, and I really, really love this whole registration system. I hope they come out with glimmer plates designed this way too. Well, thank you for joining me on my video today. I hope you'll hop along and check out what my fellow Spellbinders influencers have created to share with you on this collaboration hop. Thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye!